Coming up this week on Two Ginger Gems.
Kate goes to see Liza.
James Poo-Poo's fashion and Bob Barker's new documentary.
Classic TV and theatre.
A little bit of everything,
A little bit of everything
else. A little bit of
else.
sparkle. Enjoy.
From beautiful Los Angeles, California, please welcome Two Ginger Gems with Kate and James.
Hello, darling.
Hello, babe.
Guess we're in Los Angeles this week, and not Hollywood.
We're in Los Angeles, not Hollywood, babe.
Oh, well.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, are we on tour?
Well, we are reaching so many people, aren't we, babe?
Apparently so, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Apparently so.
Thank you so much. Great figures, Gems. Huh?
Yes, thank you very much for listening to our show.
Everything's ticking along, tickety-boo. And can I just say?
Yes, dear.
Last week, our Ginger Gem, which got to the Gem Cut list, was Whitney and Mark.
Right.
And did you see what happened this week with Whitney in Chicago?
No.
She broke all box office records and in 1 week got 1.45 million.
Good for her.
And that's the most in the 29 years of the run of the show.
Show Chicago.
Yes,
good for
that's
her.
Bloody crazy.
And he's not even in it yet, right?
He's not in it yet. It doesn't start till April.
That's it's either going to go up or down.
No, it'll go up. Can you imagine them? But you know what she did? And this is actually, I'm bringing it back to Dancing with the Stars all the time, but everything, we've talked about this.
Is
6 degrees.
6 degrees of separation from Dancing with the Stars. Everything you do or anyone you talk to, you can connect them in 6 ways, usually 4, back to Dancing with the Stars.
Isn't that crazy? And I've only
Kevin Bacon be damned.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've only been, realising that since we've been doing the show, because we keep talking about things. Actually, they've got dancing.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
They were there.
It's insane. Yeah. But what I think has caused this is the whole thing with TikTok and her, because that's where she came through. Then she did the Mormons, Secret Life of Mormon Wives, and she is so bloody brilliant at doing TikTok and social media that everything she does in Chicago has been like that, and I don't think anyone's ever gone in there and done it like that before. So I reckon that is what, she does like on the social, she's basically every day she posts at Chicago, she does silly little TikTok things with the other members of the cast, but she also gets people, like she'll say, I've got 2 tickets, get down here now and you can have them. And then people will run there and be banging on the theatre door in the afternoon, and she'll come out with and give them the tickets.
Do you think that's why Two Ginger Gems is doing incredibly well?
Absolutely.
Because of all our TikTok.
We're so skilled at this social media thing.
Yeah.
Should we bring in a live audience?
We should bring in a live audience. Yeah. We got Eddie. We got our Eddie here.
Yeah, Ross the boss is missing.
Ross the boss is missing. He was missing last week.
Eddie's in charge today.
Eddie's on the ones and twos.
So we should
shout out to the Largo.
I have no idea what that means.
Me neither. What is shout out
to Largo? The Largo at the Coronet, the theater.
Oh, what?
On La Cienega.
Yeah.
Because they always say at the beginning, they shout out to the guy doing the DJing, and he always says, shout out, whoever on the ones and twos.
Okay.
Fantastic. Moving
on, babe.
Did we really need to make a thing about that?
That was great. But
you brought it up.
But can I just say as well, babe, our list last week of who made the Gem Cut, like nearly everybody was ginger. Right. And then we stuck Whitney and Mark in, and we forgot to say, she's a bloody ginger as well.
She's a ginger as well?
She's a ginger as well, babe. I think our whole Gem list last week they were all ginger. Yeah, so shout out for the ginger. And do you know what? I'm going to quickly throw in a viewer. I'm going to bring the viewer up just for this.
Oh, yeah.
Andy.
Yep, so my buddy Andy.
His friend contacted us through Ginger Gems, and he also subscribes now as well, doesn't he? Babe, we're through the roof. What did he say, babe?
Well, he wants keeping a track of famous gingers out there.
Yeah, he wanted us to mention the ginger that he really likes.
Andy and I recently went out to Indian Wells to watch some tennis.
Yes.
So Yannick Sinner, the number 2 player in the world.
Yannick Sinner, Italian player.
Another ginger.
Italian ginger. You don't get many Italian gingers, do you?
He's from Northern Italy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You do in Northern Italy.
Right.
In Northern Italy, you get a lot of, because I lived in Northern Italy in Turin, and there a lot of gingers
Torino,
there.
is that what they call Turin down there?
No, Torino, babe. Torino is the Italian way of saying it, and Turin is how we usually say it. So I'm just letting you know, because, being bilingual.
One other quick thing, it's our friend Malcolm's birthday, fellow ginger.
Oh, another ginger. Happy birthday, Malcolm.
Exactly.
I'm not being funny, but I think gingers might be taking over, babe.
Where do you, I get my ginger hair from my mother. Where do you get yours from?
Both sides.
Walgreens.
Both sides. Now I have to admit, only I've got a couple of the greys. Do you know what I mean, babe?
A couple of greys.
Yeah. But both my dad and my mum's side, like my cousins on my mum's side, Here's a shout out to two gingers, my two cousins, Andrew and Sarah, both gingers. So, well, my dad's Irish, babe.
Yeah, my mum was Irish.
And I found out, because I did my DNA, I found out that I had no idea. I'm 46% Irish, my dad's side, I know that is, and then came up 25% Scottish. Well, that's, and then
that's
Welsh.
Ginger,
and Welsh. And Welsh. I'm a triad Celt. Is that it? Triad Celt?
I've heard you called many things.
Trifecta. Trifecta of the Celts.
All right. Well, so nice job, Whitney. What was your week? How was your week?
Oh God, babe. I hate to say this because you know how excited I was about it.
Are we gonna?
Yeah,
okay,
we're going
I know
there.
where this is going.
We're going there. We went and saw Liza on St. Paddy's night, so it was really.
We didn't even mention St. Paddy's night.
No,
last week, did we? I
didn't even realise till
we were Oscar.
We were
very much talking about the Oscars.
Yeah,
but,
it was an Oscar special.
Yeah,
and went down very well. Can I say, babe? Apparently so. Yeah, we didn't. But when we went to post it, I saw. Tuesday was St. Paddy's Day, and I was like, "What?" Because to be honest,
my friend
I
Laura's
thought
birthday, March 17th. She's not ginger, so
that's always it's always a fun day. But I thought I was seeing Liza on Wednesday the 17th. I knew I was seeing Liza on St. Paddy's Day, but I didn't realise it was Tuesday. So,
how was it? How was she?
Oh God, babe! I don't even know where to start with this monstrosity of what we saw.
We saw Liza once at the Bowl, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Right.
That was fantastic.
Back
she was
Tuesday.
fantastic.
She was fantastic then.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Probably around
about 10 years ago.
Okay.
More like nearly 20 years ago. Yeah, it was probably like
15 years ago.
2008. 2008.
So go back to Tuesday.
So babe, we're in this theatre. It's a beautiful theatre, very old. I've never been there. Called the $1 Million
Theatre
downtown
LA.
Yeah, never been there. Never been there.
One
Anyway,
of the old,
really
nice
old,
ones.
babe.
Yeah.
The first cinema ever in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was a
Liza
theatre,
at the
and then they
opening
made.
Were you?
Oh, very funny. Here he goes, babe. But babe, I can't. I don't even know where to start with how bad this was. Basically, it was yes, babe.
No, this was beyond. This was
really
embarrassing
sad
and horrible.
Horrible. Because basically, her friend Michael Feinstein, who's in his own right is a pianist and a singer. He's had lots of hits in the kind of songbook world. He was there with her, and he's always with her. He's always been with her now. We saw her a few years ago, didn't we? She broke her back, and he was with her then as well, Mikki. Yeah. And then they brought her niece on as well. So there was Liza, Michael, who was kind of interviewing her, and then the niece. But they started off with this. These dancers came on. I don't know where they got them from. Yeah. These dancers come on kicking, like this, babe. You can't see me, everyone, but I'm kicking really well. And then this woman come on, like a magician or something.
Oh, no.
Yes, babe, yes. It was, this is how, and she threw up, and then suddenly there was a curtain behind her. Suddenly she kind of went round, but she pulled the curtain, but it was like a sort of concertina curtain, but it was sort of falling apart. And they had Liza behind it in a chair, and actually like us, we sit in director's chairs, but with wheels on. So
no.
Yeah, yes.
It was supposed to be like a nice smooth rotation.
Smooth rotation of the thing going, and there's Liza, and Liza. But what we saw, and I have to explain this everyone, because obviously you can't see, is the curtain come round, it kind of fell, and all you saw was her appearing like this, with her arms in the air, trying to hit the curtain like she was being attacked by it. And she was kind of slipping off the director's chair, and that was probably the best part of the whole thing, because after that, I don't think could she get more than even a sentence out, babe.
It was very tough to watch.
She couldn't even.
Oh no!
It was so, and Michael Feinstein was like, "Oh, remember Liza when you did, or what was the best time you were ever on stage?" And she was like, "Oh, with you."
Yeah, but it took her 5 minutes to get to that.
Yeah, it took her 5 minutes to be able to say "with you" to him. And it was just, everybody was.
And that's not an exaggeration.
I'm not exaggerating it.
I was getting angrier and angrier the longer this was going on. Because to me, that was elder abuse.
Yeah.
Right.
She couldn't even.
It was really not cool. Yeah.
She couldn't put us, I don't know, and she was falling off the chair the whole time. It was so bad. Anyway, yesterday or the day before, they announced that she's sick. She's some illness, and they've cancelled. She's supposed to be in New York on Monday, the 23rd, doing the same thing there, and they just cancelled. But there's a whole thing going on now about Michael Feinstein, isn't there?
Yeah.
There was a whole article on it saying because, you know, they're best friends, been best friends since he was 20. That's how they met, you know. He was working with Leonard Bernstein, I think, and met her through, or maybe the one we're going to talk about later, Rodgers and Hart, maybe through those as well. Through some songwriters, she met him when he was very young. So they've been friends for years. But you wouldn't put your friend through this.
Are they saying it's his fault that he's put her on there?
He should know.
Right,
There's no way. And everybody's like, you know, this has got to be looked at. How did this ever happen? But babe, I've never. And it lasted for how long? About 40 minutes?
They said 48 minutes.
48 minutes on the... She was.
She came on a half hour late.
She came on a half hour late.
She's still behind that curtain.
Honestly, babe.
It kind of worries me now, though. I'm getting a bit concerned myself, because if he's going to get into trouble for bringing an
here we go.
bringing out an old friend of his on stage,
an old crone,
bringing out an old crone on stage, am I going to get a lot of criticism now for?
It's possible, babe.
For wheeling you out.
Okay.
I will. You can't see this, but I will let you know that Kate's is the only chair on wheels, and she does look much better behind a curtain.
You're not wrong, babe. Oh my God.
Years ago, about 18 months ago, Peter Marshall, who used to host Hollywood Squares, passed away, and his memorial was at Television City. And I, through one thing or another, got involved in creating the memorial, and we put the Hollywood Squares set back in. Michael Feinstein was at that memorial. He got up and he played and he spoke and he seemed, and he was very honest.
No, he's lovely.
He was very open about his kind of problems and things like that. But he was, he was there. And I tell you who else was there, which brings me to my other thing, which was what happened to me last week. Barbara Eden was there because she knew Peter Marshall. Dream of Jeannie. And she used to be on Hollywood Squares back in the day. And so she was at this memorial. And I actually saw her a week ago because I told you earlier that I'm working on a documentary about the life of Larry Hagman.
J.R.
Ewing, my sponsor. And we felt that we should get Barbara. Thought it was very important. And she's 94. Yeah. So, you know, it was something we felt that we should get her sooner than later. Oh my God, adorable. Absolutely adorable. We interviewed her at a theatre in North Hollywood, and there was a couple of other people there, Patrick Duffy and Ed Begley Jr. and Morgan Fairchild. We interviewed a couple of different people for this documentary, but the big one was getting Barbara Eden, and she came in and she looked 20 years younger than she is, and not through she didn't like she's had any work done. She just looked fantastic. She came in, she was the sweetest, cutest little thing. She sat there doing a little genie impression, telling all the stories, and she was adorable. So that was very cute, and that was very nice. So I feel I'm happy that we're making some progress on that. But so my experience with a elder lady this week was better than yours.
Yes. God, babe.
Poor old Liza.
Oh no, it was really bad, wasn't it? Actually?
It was, yeah.
I mean, all joking aside.
Yeah, all joking aside, he should revisit his priorities in life, and her niece was up there, and what is she doing up there allowing any of that to happen?
Yeah.
And it didn't look like she really liked her niece very much anyway.
Well, that's why the niece did it then.
That was the funniest part. She was like,
Aunt Liza while I can.
She kept blanking her.
But I don't think.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
All
right, moving on. Do we have any TV to talk about this week?
TV to talk about. We do have some TV to talk about.
Yes.
Little scandalous. Have you heard the Bob Barker thing?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything about this Bob Barker thing.
There's a series on E. I didn't even know E was still going. There's a series on E called, I think it's Dirty Rotten Scandals, I think it's called. And I think it's been going for a while. And they've, because I looked at it and there's different episodes of different shows. There's one about Next Top Model. There's one about Dr. Phil. The one that was released this week was a 2-part special about The Price is Right. And from what I can gather, it was originally about just behind the scenes of The Price is Right and the story of The Price is Right. But when they got the models, the original models on, the show turned, and now the show is entirely about what an absolute nasty, nasty, nasty man Bob Barker was. And they got, I'm only here, I'm just telling you what it says in the thing. They got some of the original models, the Barker's Beauties. They got one of the original producers. They got one of the original production assistants, all women. and they just tell these horrible, horrible stories about Bob Barker and about. It's interesting. I mean,
is it like #MeToo stuff?
100%.
Well, wasn't he trying to always kiss the contestants?
No, that was Richard Dawson on Family Feud. Bob Barker never did that.
Is that the one with the young
on
kid
camera?
Who did it to the kid that we saw, trying to kiss the kid?
I don't know.
About. Oh, whatever. Go on.
Well, but it shows it's interesting. It's kind of a shame because I mean, Bob Barker was a national treasure, and it's that kind of weird thing. They feel because now he's not here to defend himself, but they also feel that they couldn't tell the story until after he died because of the backlash that they got whenever they tried. The whole thing is that they all sued him at one time or another for sexual discrimination and race, a lot of racial stuff, and there's a lot against him. And they said, and he would use his position and the power of the show to like fight them back, and it was just always. It's one person's side. He's not there to defend himself, so you make your own kind of judgment of it. But it was, it's surprisingly kind of. It's quite shocking, really, when you think of it, because it's kind of like this is not going to go down well. But the whole Michael Jackson thing that there's the division between there's the people who love him and he can do no wrong, and then there's the people who side with all the people who accused him. So with this, there's going to be people who say, no, Bob was this wonderful guy and grew up with him and he was this national treasure. But at the same time, these people aren't making this up. Maybe they are, but it doesn't feel like they are. The way that they're going through these stories.
Didn't you say that they were suing them with lawsuits?
They sued them with lawsuits, and it always ended up that he would fight back and fight back and fight back until it finally got to. If they held in long enough, they usually back down. But those that held in long enough, when it finally got to court, he paid them off because he didn't want it to go to court.
There you go.
But
to me, that's proof of the pudding right there.
But it's interesting because it shows a gazillion shots of Television City where Kate and I do Dancing with the Stars. Did you ever?
I'm back to Dancing.
I'm back to Dancing with the Stars. Did you
ever?
Did you ever see Barker around or deal with any deals with Barker? No. I used to see him because we did Hollywood Squares on the same stage as Price is Right back in the day, and we used to do Price was there in the week, and then we swap out to the Hollywood Square set on the weekend. So there was a lot of back and forth between our show and theirs, and I used to deal if ever we needed any kind of props or anything, we used to borrow them from Price is Right, and I always had to go and ask Bob Barker. That was the whole thing. You
had to ask him personally for props.
Yeah. Can we borrow this and can we borrow that? We did like a game show week a couple of times, and so we used all these different elements, and I had to go and ask Bob Barker. And I used to see him in the parking lot when he was parking his car, and he used to say hello, and he'd always say good morning. He was always very friendly, but he was just Bob Barker. But you hear and I was there at his very last show. There was that, which was bizarre because he'd announced his last show, and there was people sleeping out for like a week on Fairfax to try and get in and it was a big deal, and they all camping out on Fairfax trying to get into the last show. And then I knew one of the most of the stage hands, and he got me in, and we went in, and it was chaos because all the press were there. And I remember getting in and standing at the back next to the announcer, who was at the time was this guy Rich Fields, and I was standing and we watched the entire show, and he came out for the last time, and then he thanked everyone at the end of it and all that, and it was a big deal because it was his last show. And then you hear all this lot now, and it's like, oh God, here we go again.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah,
to be honest, isn't it?
Exactly.
Babe?
It's like the Jimmy Savile thing.
All of them.
Look that up.
All of them. They're all
at it. You hear these things, but it's so between we've been now Biggest Loser, Next Top Model, and now Price is Right. There's all these kind of the scandals of all these shows, but it's worth looking at. But he's not here to defend himself, but it's interesting to. In fact. When I lived on Outpost, he lived at the bottom of Outpost, and you used to see him out there. I used to drive up to my house, and old Bob was out there, and he must have been in his 80s, late 80s, and he was out there
cutting the
hedge, literally cutting the hedge. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway.
Won't you be my neighbour? No. Do you know the only thing that this week was like a really busy week, but I did catch the love story again. I know we've talked about this a few times, but I just want to say about this because I could not believe this episode, which was basically saying that she almost spent a year living in the apartment, not being able to go out or anything because of all the paparazzi. And it was around the time that Princess Diana died.
Right.
So that made it even more, for her, that she was like, I'm not going out. And it was like he basically said he couldn't take it anymore, and it sounded like they were going to get divorced. Well, next week is the last episode, unfortunately, where they
I seem to remember that at the time when it happened, that they all said they were getting close to a divorce.
Yeah, I mean, this is not showing a love story at all, is it?
No.
It's showing a really fractured...
A marriage that shouldn't have been.
Yeah, and it's not showing him in a very good light.
Oh, really?
Because at the wedding, her mother, Carolyn Bassett's mother, said to her, don't marry him, because you're never going to be first with him. he's always going to make sure everything else is fine, but you'll be last, basically. And she was like, no, he changes a lot. He's changed a lot for me. He does this for me. But it ended up, she went and tried to get a job. She did get a job, I think, with Ralph Lauren, I think it was. And then when she came down the stairs, they were saying, thank you, can't wait for you to start. All the paparazzi were outside. They just looked at her and thought, there's no way we want this. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So she couldn't really work either. So she was stuck in this apartment. And she's looking out. They have a loft. And she's just sitting there on the window, looking out at all the paparazzi. I mean, I can't imagine.
It'd be a horrible way to live.
Oh my God. Just crying.
Do you get a lot of paparazzi?
I get a lot.
Since Jim Gems has been going, have you got a lot?
Since Jim Gems has been going out, my street is, I mean, we're in trouble with our neighbours about it, aren't we?
I can imagine.
I mean, they can't park anywhere anymore.
Oh,
absolute nightmare. But,
oh well,
you know, I'm handling it a little bit better, I feel, than poor Carolyn Bessette did. Yeah. Unfortunately. Got any classics, babe, for TV?
I would say one of the classics that, and it's funny just because when you were talking about being kind of stuck in the apartment, I was thinking of, reminded me of COVID. And the thing that got me through COVID, amongst other things, bizarrely, Downton Abbey.
Yes.
I had never seen it, binged the whole thing.
How many were out at that point?
They were all out.
They were all out, all the
It was done.
Okay.
I'd never seen it. I'd heard all about it. Everyone kept saying you need to watch it.
I kept telling you to watch it, babe.
Everyone kept telling me to watch it. A bit like Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. It was like, oh, you need to watch it. But then you think, God, there's so many to catch up on that I'm never going to get around to it. You know, enter, lockdown, and suddenly you have the time to watch it. I watched Downton from the beginning and watched it all the way through and loved it. Loved it.
Did you watch one a night, or did you really binge and watch 2 or 3 a night?
There was sometimes 2 or 3 a night, but for the most part there was at least one a night, and I got through every single one of them. And if you get a chance to watch it, it's a lot because it ran for like 6 seasons or something.
Yeah.
But it is so good,
it's
so good. And then they did the 3 movies, and I think the first movie was a bit kind of like, really. Second one was better. Third one was even better than that.
Yeah, I like the third one. The second one, I didn't.
And then that's it. But you become so invested in it. And it's funny, my friend Steve, I've got him, of all people, watching Downton at the moment. And I've actually gone back recently and started watching it again because it's like 6 years since. And I've got, because there was so much of it that you kind of forget. So even though you've seen it before, you kind of know roughly where it's going, but there's a lot that you forget. But I mean, just the Dowager, which is
she's amazing.
Bless her, what's her name?
Maggie Smith.
Maggie Smith. Oh my
Dame
God.
Maggie Smith.
Dame Maggie Smith. It's just the lines that she comes up with, ridiculous. I don't know whether it's a bit dated because it's a long time ago, but it was, if you're going to watch classic TV, take a look at Downton.
That's definitely a good one.
Take a look at Downton.
I second that, babe. That's a great series.
Excellent.
So I used to get, when we used to watch it, I used to get a cup of tea, like a pot of tea with the china and the little cup with the saucer, just to watch it. I don't know. It's just something I love to do. But you'd be more.
I imagine you're more downstairs.
Oh, here we go. You'd
be more downstairs.
I think I'm very much. When you watch it, I'm very much up there with Lady Mary.
To clean the fireplace?
No, very up there with Lady Mary. I felt, babe. Felt extremely comfortable upstairs rather than down.
I don't know. I thought you'd be clean the fireplace, or
What was her name? The maid in it. What was her name in it? The maid. There was Mrs. Patterson.
There's Mrs. Patmore.
It was Patmore.
Then there was Daisy. Was her
Daisy?
Assistant.
That's
Daisy,
what I was thinking of. Daisy.
Yeah, Dozy. More Dozy.
But by the last one, I don't want to give away anything, but in the last film,
they've all moved up. Not upstairs.
But,
oh God, no.
But better than that.
Yeah.
Outside, she'd moved up, which means a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some movies.
Annoyingly, there was another fucking...
there's another one, classic.
Save
it for next week, babe.
Save it for next week.
Write it down. Write it down.
Go on.
Movies. We saw a movie this week.
Speaking of dated,
Blue Moon is called. And I wanted to see it because it was up for Ethan Hawke is the star of it, and he was nominated for an Oscar this year.
Yeah.
But I think that was the only one I hadn't seen. So we looked it up, and it was literally finishing, wasn't it? This last week it finished in the movies. It's playing nowhere. So we were like, we've got to go. So we went to the very last performance of it, and it was bloody amazing, wasn't it?
It was a very good movie.
It was like, I mean, I think it's on Hulu or somewhere, or Netflix or something. You can see it there anyway, but I don't think it's in cinema anymore. But for me, it was almost like a play. It was basically set at Sardi's, which is a famous theatre restaurant in New York on Broadway. They literally were in kind of one room the whole time. And I was thinking, this is a play. and they're sitting at the bar. There's an upstairs. They go up and down the stairs, and then they go to the coat check, and that was it. The whole play, and it was so good. God, I know now why he was nominated for an Oscar. Wasn't he superb, babe? He plays Lorenz Hart of Rodgers and Hart, who are the songwriters. He wrote some of my favourite songs, which I didn't even really know.
An idiot here, wasn't it? Rodgers and Hammerstein. Where's the Rodgers and
No,
Hart thing?
Rodgers and Hart came first.
Okay.
That was the whole thing
But
about
Lorenz was an alcoholic.
Lorenz was an alcoholic.
And Rodgers couldn't take it anymore, so he went to work with Hammerstein.
So he went to work with Hammerstein, and this is set on the night Oklahoma opens on Broadway, which was the first Hammerstein and Rodgers first ever musical they did together, right? Oklahoma. And it was their first one. And he was there, and he watched a bit of it, didn't he? Then he went across the road to the bar. It was so good. But it was so beautifully done, so beautifully directed. And Ethan they all gave great performances. Bobby Cannavale was behind the bar as the bartender. Who else was in it? Margaret Qualley, is that how you say it? Qualley?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in it. She was quite good. And Andrew Scott played Rodgers, which was actually really well done, wasn't it,
I was
babe?
just in Oklahoma. First time I've ever been.
When did you go to Oklahoma? Oh, the play! Oh my God, I nearly had to. I was going to say, you went to the theatre? I almost fell off the director's chair.
I should have gone to the theatre. No, I was just in Oklahoma.
You never been there before?
I've
never been there, I don't think.
No.
I know I travelled all around there. I can't remember where I've been, to be honest.
Beautiful place, yeah. It was one of those places.
Was the corn as high as an elephant's eye?
Absolutely. It was one of those places. It was so nice. I don't ever want to go back because I don't want to ruin that first time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
I hate that. Never go back. They always say that. Never go. Will never be as good as it was the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! But you know, like last week, I'm going to quickly call this up. You know we got going with the flow and being in the flow, right?
Yeah.
And last week, my classic movie was Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah.
The next day, on the Tuesday, when this show went out, actually, we got an invite to a showing of a film for, this month is Women's History Month.
Right.
They're doing a sort of series at Soho House of movies that have women involved in them. And the editor of Dog Day Afternoon was called Dee Dee Allen, and she was nominated for an Oscar for it. And that's the film they were showing. How crazy is that?
There's you going with the flow.
Being completely in the flow, babe. I mean, we literally said that. Anyway, can I just say, because I never really talked about it, because we were really talking about the theatre that's now on Broadway. Al Pacino in that film gives the most stellar performance. It's so perfect. And you know what, I've been looking, because it's a true story. It's an absolute true story. I actually looked, they have made a documentary about it, so I'm going to stick that in Ginger Gems, the documentary of it. I haven't watched it yet, but just seeing clips from it, it's such a bizarre story. And he went to prison for doing the robbery, and what was the actor, John
Cazale.
John Cazale in his career made 5, I think, movies.
Yeah.
And he died. He actually was together with Meryl Streep, and she was madly in love with him. We'll go into that story maybe another time because it's amazing. He made 5 movies. Every single film he made was nominated for an Oscar in his career, and then he died really young.
Never heard of him.
Oh my! Have you ever seen Godfather?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He plays
Godfather.
He plays first Godfather, second Godfather, the musical. I'm surprised it hasn't become a musical. He plays the brother, Fredo.
All right.
Yeah, the one who
Yeah.
basically portrays them. I know you did it, Fredo. That one.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So he did 2 Godfathers, Deer Hunter, The Conversation, Dog Day Afternoon. Every single film Oscar nominated and won. And actually, The Godfather is still arguably one of the greatest movies ever made.
You're talking about movies that women were involved in. You know my favourite movie of all time is?
Tootsie.
9 to 5.
Oh, no. Well, that's a great movie. There's a classic. Well, that could be our classic for this week then, babe.
Last summer. At the end of last year, I was working on Masked Singer with Steve. And the set for the Masked Singer set was shot at Fox. and you look at all the things outside that tell you what was shot on each stage, and the set itself, the Masked set was on the stage that Dynasty was shot, which was bizarre. That you think, oh my God, this is where Dynasty was. But next door we stored all the props and all the everything, and that was the 9 to 5 stage. And it was like so cool to think that was where they built the office and everything, and all the stuff. But it was like exciting to think that was, you know,
Jane Fonda,
Lily
Dolly
Tomlin,
Parton.
and Dolly.
Yeah, that's a great movie. I actually saw that movie not long ago. I think it was just on the telly. It still holds up, babe. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, nothing's changed, has it?
Well, nothing's bloody changed.
No. Anyway,
let's talk about some fashion.
That's a good classic. We'll put that as a classic.
James, what are you wearing today?
So fashion, fantastic.
I want to. Do you know what?
Anything else?
Do you know what I want to mention? Because I did promise to do Fashion Week, which is the fashion month.
You did.
But no, I want to talk because I mentioned Harris Reid for the London one, because if I don't remember this, I said his structural dresses are just unbelievable. But he did the unisex bridal, and I said if I ever got married, you could wear. Well, who turns up in it? Turns up in it? Zendaya. Zendaya wears Harris. Not only wears it, she's wearing the bridal one that I was talking about. And going back to our big, huge show last week, the Oscar special, the Oscars after party. Babe, what's her name? Odessa from Marty Supreme.
Let me take a look.
She's Pamela Adlon's daughter. She's amazing. She's really amazing. Was wearing one of his dresses to the after party. And then
Odessa A'zion.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant. Watch this space with that girl. Watch this space.
I just mentioned Zendaya at 1 degree of separation from Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. Once again, there's another one.
I bet you don't talk about that very often. Now that she's like super successful. I know she won it. Does she mention that she won the Dancing with the Stars?
I bet. Do you know what?
Trophy back
I bet she was. She's up there with I probably got my 5 favourites, and she's one of them.
On dancing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I absolutely.
Well, when she was on, I remember you actually called. You said this girl is going to be super big.
Yes, I said she's going to be. I said she's going to be as big as Beyonce.
Yeah, and I will actually shout out to Kate on this because
I'm getting to
the first time. What was it, Lady Bird? When that little scene with Timothée Chalamet. After the movie,
not even on set for 12
Kate
minutes.
says that kid is going to be one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah,
and I was like, what?
No. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, right.
Timothy Chalamet on Lady Bird.
Shitty
Chalamet, but then,
So Zendaya, do you think that she became one of the biggest stars because she won Dancing with the Stars? Do you think that's what...
Of course, because that's what we do on Dancing with the Stars. We create stars.
Create and resurrect.
So there's hope for Helio still?
Yeah, oh gosh.
Bless him.
I did like him, though. He wasn't not one of my favourites, but yeah. She's there wearing Harris Reid's the unisex bridal stuff.
Fantastic.
Which
Anything else?
Is amazing.
Anything
yes,
else
I want to say
fashion?
that New York Kate, people say, baby, just because you don't like it, you have to listen to if I'm listening to you, you're listening to me. This is how we go. It's 1, 2. We've never been a tight 30.
You've never been tight or 30.
Well, yeah, I was both at one time.
At one point.
At one point.
Not at the same time.
Babe, I think I could honestly say I absolutely was. Moving on, New York, Kate. I want to mention Kate because the whole bloody show was like a modern witch come to life. So I have to mention that. The Fashion Week, babe, in New York. Kate, amazing, and lots of black, but lots of pops of orange.
The brand,
Kate Moss.
K-H-A-I-T-E.
The brand, Kate.
Oh, right.
And talking about, actually, Kate Moss did show up at Gucci in Milan, which was amazing. And Paris, my favourite was Chanel. Matthew Blasey, he's called, and he's amazing. And my favourite people there were Pamela Anderson.
Wonderful.
Amazing. And you know who also was like all over, going back to what we've been talking about, who was all over Fashion Month? Sarah Pigeon, who plays Carolyn Bessette.
All right.
She was everywhere, front row, every bloody show. So
she's out of the apartment then?
She's out of the apartment. Well,
yeah,
Sarah
this version of her is rubbing the paparazzi.
Apparently is still there, babe. Yeah. And also trending, just so everybody wants a trend, is definitely tassels, feathers, and fringe, which is on every... I mean, we even saw it last week, going back to Demi Moore.
With the feathers.
Our whole dress was
feathers.
Feathers. It's just like, so get your feathers.
Any theatre to mention this week?
No.
We did actually go and see last night the Adding Machine, didn't we, babe? It was called the Adding Machine?
Yeah, the Adding Machine at the Actors Gang Theatre.
Actors Gang. And if you've never been to the Actors Gang, just go once and see what they do. It's such different theatre. It's Commedia dell'arte. And it's, they use mass work, and it's just so good. They're always so good, aren't they?
So unique, yeah.
It's unique, and they break the fourth wall, so they use the audience all the time. It's just stunning. It's on, I think, for the next few weeks.
So what else is going on?
So another thing that's happening this week, which has been huge, it's been all over the press. Miley Cyrus has been she's been on every show promoting it, is Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special.
Right.
The showrunner on that is our friend Ashley Edens, who is amazing and worked with us for many years as the executive producer on Dancing with the Stars again, 6 Degrees. Miley Cyrus came on Dancing with the Stars as well.
Yeah, her dad was on it. Her dad was one of the dancers. On it. But he was on it as a
he was on it as a contestant.
She was on it.
She was on it as a performer, and she is a little spitfire.
Yeah.
She was great when she came on. She's a
broad.
She's a very young broad. Both of them. Ashley and Miley are both spitfires and young broads.
Both of them.
Yeah. So that is going to be coming out today, March 24th. Yeah. Disney Plus.
Did you go to any restaurants this week, James?
I haven't been to any restaurants this week. Oh. I don't even know what I've been doing this week. I can't really think.
This week has been crazy.
It's gone so fast. This week has.
But did you have a lot? Did a lot of things pop up in going with the flow and in the flow? Did you not have anything? It was amazing. Last week you had something, but you didn't mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
The ripeness.
The time is now.
Yeah, the time is now, and you didn't mention that.
No.
And you had somebody saying that over and over again, and I said to you,
yeah.
Did anybody say anything to you? And you said, no, nobody said anything to me. Yet they did say something to you. But there you go, the time is now.
Yeah, I was just going with the flow.
You weren't going with the flow. That was the problem. You were doing the opposite.
I was trying to stick to a tight 30. Last week, Kate's thing, 2 weeks ago, Kate's thing was the time is now. And I heard someone say that to me something like 4 times in a row. In a row.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think
it's flow.
time. Is it time to pick a card?
Let's pick a card.
Okay. What we're going to have this week, everyone? Card inspo.
Card inspo. Come on.
Okay.
All right, let's...
Schizophrenia.
Oh, gosh.
Schizophrenia, that's me and you. The two ginger gems, split minds, right here. Right here. Right here, schizophrenia. Okay, schizophrenia. And I'm going to... Because last week I posted the card, and people seem to like that. So I'm going to post the card again this week. I'll just explain what it is. It's a person, they're holding it onto one side of a wall with their hands and the other side of the wall with their feet. And there's only one way for this person to go, and that is to let go, because they can't get over to one wall and they can't get over to the other. So it basically is saying, stop trying to hold on to two things. That's your schizophrenia part, not knowing if it's A or B you want. What you've got to do is let go and believe in the leap. So that's that.
That's a bit deep. That's a deep leap.
That's a deep leap.
Who made the gem cut this week?
Who made the gem cut? Well, classic movie, 9 to 5.
9 to 5, definitely.
9 to 5, bit of Dolly, lovely Jane.
Barbara Eden, bless her.
Barbara
Eden.
Eden.
Put Barbara in there.
Barbara Eden.
I'm going to say that documentary, because the Price is Right documentary, because Bob didn't make the gem cut, but I think that Price is Right documentary on E, I think that it's interesting to see that sort of stuff.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Dirty Rotten Scandals.
Scandals is a movie, and
I know, with Steve Martin. I do love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good one. Stick that in classic. And I'm going to give a shout out this week to people with dyslexia, because somebody, mentioning no names, said that you could not have dyslexia and become the president. Okay, so I just want to shout out to people with dyslexia, which includes myself, to let you know that the very first president of America, George Washington, was dyslexic. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds in the world, was dyslexic. Comedians Robin Williams and Whoopi Goldberg are both dyslexic.
And Henry Winkler.
And Henry Winkler is dyslexic.
Bless him.
The artist Pablo Picasso was dyslexic, and director Steven Spielberg is dyslexic.
So I think whoever said that, talking shit.
Well, we all know who said it.
And
it's talking shit. And here you go, drop the mic.
There
you go.
Drop the mic. Okay.
Mic drop.
I will then, if your mic's dropped, I will just finish off that the last Ginger Gem was obviously Whitney Leavitt in Chicago, because she did so well.
Yes.
And the Ginger Gem not going to Liza Minnelli and Michael Feinstein.
Yes, not going to
Bless
that, but
them.
I want to stick in as well.
Yeah, in fact, it's a shame. Let's do better.
Yeah, it's a shame. Let's do better. Michael Feinstein.
Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah, that's where I'm going with that. And for the movie as well, Blue Moon, and for the theatre, The Added Machine.
And I'll
the
add in
Actors
also
Gang.
Downton Abbey.
And Downton Abbey is the classic.
Downton Abbey.
It's the classic.
Yeah.
And Harris Reid. Let's put Harris Reid in there with his bridal stuff, with his Zendaya, with his Odessa, with Suki Waterhouse wore his as well. And can I just say he's also started doing wallpaper. He's now designing wallpaper and it looks fantastic. And I sent him a message saying, I love this, his new wallpaper design. And he sent me a love heart. So I'm now one step closer to my Harris Reid dress.
There it is.
Subscribers, babe.
Thank you for listening to our lovely little show. Please like and subscribe. It is really helpful if you do, and we do appreciate it. And
send in
any of your comments, send it good or bad.
Good or bad.
If you don't like Kate, please feel free to say so.
And if you hate James, please call me, DM
quiet.
me directly.
Join the club.
We are a club.
Like James, join the club. Yeah. Get in touch. It would be fun to hear from people, yes. And we will do this again next week.
Yeah, so we'll.
As of now, see you next
Tuesday.